That was a cracking game, and there haven't been that many of them with that kind of tempo since the restart. How did you see it overall?
Great, yeah, tempo. We suffered for 20 minutes in the start of the game. We suffered for 20 minutes in the second half. And of course they're going to have possession, and particularly sometimes they play without an out striker. They have a lot of men in midfield, and at times getting to grips with that was tough for us. But you know that we're going into the game, and we had a plan off the ball, how we work, how we can get across and slide when they go wide. Players did it brilliantly. The discipline and carrying it through for the whole game was fantastic, and we were dangerous. We created the better chances, so absolutely delighted with the effort from the boys.
Did you enjoy it tactically? It looked like you had sort of set traps for them, and it also looked like they were trying to set traps for us. They'd drop, it'd go back to Edison, and Mahrez would spin, and you think, well, OK, I can see what you're trying to do there. It was a really interesting game from that point of view.
It was a pleasure to go up against a man I've got so much admiration for, in Pep Guardiola. The way he sets his teams up, you saw how good they are on the ball. That's because they're good players, but it's because he's a great coach. And yeah, I think they did in the first half. We had a bit of an issue. We had too many men behind the ball. We were a bit safe, and when they have a lot of players in midfield areas, we have to push in, go and win the ball back. Centre backs go in, N'golo Kanté to go in, and we addressed it a little bit at half time. And we talked about how we can be better on the ball, and we still can throughout the game. We turned it over a bit too much for my liking, but it was great. It was a pleasure to go up against them.
Christian Pulisic, you said to me at Villa Park that it was in your thoughts actually for a start there. He got one tonight, got another goal. Didn't he take it well? Yeah,
I mean, with Christian, with Villa, it was my plans don't always go to according to plan, and you probably don't say when they don't after the event. But my idea always, because he'd been out since January, was to use him as an impact at Villa and start him today, because I know what he can bring against a team like City. He gets after the ball, his work rate is brilliant, but he can also do what he did for the goal and for his second near goal. So really pleased with him, delighted for him. He's young, he's talented, we know that. He had a tough start here because he hadn't really had a summer, then he gets injured. Now we're seeing him and it's great.
Any messages yet from the red half of Merseyside? Probably not all that many mates up there from over the years, but anyone? Steve McManaman down there?
Yeah, Steve McManaman was very happy with me there. Listen, Liverpool won the league a long time ago. This result is not the defining factor. It was going to happen. It will happen next week or whenever, if not. And fair play to them. We have a big rivalry, but it has to be respectful at moments like this. They win the league because they deserve it. They're a great team. They've been a work in progress for 3 or 4 years under Jurgen Klopp, and you've seen the development of them, and that's great for us to see that and think that that's the standards, them and City tonight, that we need to try and get to.
Seems like you're making up for lost time after a long time out, and 2 goals in 2. You must feel great.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously it was tough on a lot of us. We missed football for so long, so we're really happy that we can be back out here. I'm happy I could help the team, and most importantly, we got 3 points today.
That goal tonight, were you just thinking, I'm just going to linger here in case there's a mistake, it might fall to me? What's going through your mind when Mendy and whoever it was came together?
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Things can happen. It's a little mix-up on their part, obviously, and I just did my best to take advantage of it. So happy I could, was clinical enough to get the goal there.
You had a little bit of time to think about the finish. As you're running down towards that box there, are you thinking low bottom corner, or did that just come to you at the last minute when you saw the keeper? What was the thought?
Yeah, I think that's normally where I want to go with my right foot, just kind of open up and see what the keeper does, and I saw I had some space there, so I was able to slide it in nicely.
Frank said to us after Villa Park that he was really close and he wanted to kind of give you a start in that game, but just because of the longer time out, he thought, I'll definitely bring him on instead. Do you feel like you've got sort of some making up to do, having missed that chunk before? I mean, it's basically, January since we've seen you in regular action?
Yeah, it's been a while for me, especially because of the injury, and I'm just happy I can be back out on the field, whether it's subbing in, playing from the beginning, just doing what I can to help the team, like I always say, and happy I was able to do that again today.
Just finally, with 1 point off Leicester, we've got them in the Cup, with 5 clear of United and Wolves. That feels like a really good gap with 7 to go, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We really wanted to come in here and get 3 points today, and that's obviously massive for us. And now it's just about continuing these really good performances and getting as many points as we can, because we want to secure that top 4.